Welcome to this episode of Cooking with Kirby. Today we're going to be making chorizo at home. This is very simple to do, and plus it comes out way better than this stuff. So no further ado, let's get into the recipe so I can show you how to make it. Since you're here, hit the like and subscribe button and make sure that the notification bell is rang. Check me out on social media, that way you can get notification of all my new recipes. To start off, we're going to be using dried chili pods. Now these are New Mexico peppers. They're dried hatch peppers is what they are, but you can use the Guajillo or the California pepper. The only difference is between the different peppers is the heat. But this one has a good heat to it and it's very delicious. Now we're going to need 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of Spanish oregano, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. 4 garlic cloves. We're gonna need 2 tablespoons of some type of vinegar. This is apple cider vinegar, that's all I had, but you can use regular white distilled vinegar. Now we're gonna take our chili pods and we're gonna go ahead and open them up. Well, you wanna go ahead and take out the seeds. Now, if you want a spicy chorizo, go ahead and leave the, some of the seeds in there, but I'm just looking for a nice flavorful chorizo, so I'm gonna be removing the seeds out. Now we're going to take some hot water. It doesn't have to be boiling hot, just a little bit hot so we can just rehydrate those chili pods. So we're going to let that sit in the water for about 20 minutes. And once the chili pods become soft and pliable, and you can move them around really easily, then that's when they're ready. Now we're going to be using my KitchenAid stand mixer with the meat grinder attachment. We're going to go ahead and grind up about 2 pounds. It was roughly about 2 pounds of meat that I had. I just had a pork loin in the fridge that I needed to use up, so this was perfect to make some chorizo. If you don't have a meat grinder at home, you should really get one. It's way cheaper than buying ground meat at the store. As always, once you're done grinding, you want to put the meat in the fridge. You always want to keep ground meat cold. Now we're going to take our chilies, our spices, and our seasonings. We're going to put it in the blender. We're going to give everything a good mix. If you notice it's a little too dry and it's not blending, go ahead and add a little bit of water in there. But we're not looking for a real watery mixture. We want a paste. So just add a little bit of water if you need to. Once you get everything blended together, you want to let this paste cool down a little bit. So you could put it in the fridge for 20 minutes or so, but once it's at least room temperature or cold, go ahead and add it into your pork. You don't want it hot because you don't want it to get your pork out of temperature. So you always want to make sure that your ground meat is cold. So just make sure that you give a good mix because you want every piece of meat throughout that ground pork to be nice and red. To get the best flavor out of your homemade chorizo, you want to go ahead and put it in Ziploc bags and you want to airtight it. What I like to do is I like to put it in the refrigerator and let it sit for a couple of days. After a couple of days, those flavors are going to intensify and you're going to have such a delicious chorizo at your disposal when you're ready to eat it. After a couple of days, you can either use it or you can put it in the freezer so that way you have some chorizo for later. As you can see, it's very, very simple to do. The spices that are in that mixture are very, very delicious. It comes out so good, especially with some scrambled eggs or just even in a taco. That's why I like to put meat into it because, you can eat it by itself. So give it a try. Let me know what you think. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button so that we can see future videos just like this and many more. As always, I'll leave the full printable recipe on my website, cookingwithkirby.com. You'll find the link in the video description and in the comment section. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them down in the comment section and I'll get back to you shortly. Now I have these videos. They're really delicious and you should try them out. Now y'all be beautiful and take care.